Hey everyone, here's another episode of Jubbcast for you. So today I just spent my day at the random flea markets. Had a ton of fun. Like I told you before, I love flea markets, man. I love anything that has to do with getting stuff for cheap, less than retail. And it's why I work at a secondhand shop. If I have the ability to say, wow, if I go to the store right now, I could probably get this for 50 bucks new. Or if I wait a little bit, I could probably get it for 10 bucks. Which one do you think I'm going to pick? For the past, I want to say 5 years, I think I've only bought maybe 2 or 3 things, definitely less than a single finger count of stuff new. Just about everything I buy is used. And I mean, like, I don't really understand the people who decide to get things new. I mean, like, as long as you know what you're doing, as long as you know that you're getting it from a reliable, trusting place, I don't see what the big deal is about getting something used. I mean, even if you're not getting it from a reliable place, if it's cheap enough, why not? I mean, say like, um, okay, um, recently my girl's been getting into DDR, and I'm not at the point yet where I want to invest in the full metal pads because they're really big and really expensive, and she probably doesn't have any room in her house for them. So we were trying to figure out a way to get around it, and the thing is that DDR isn't really as popular as it used to be. A lot of the companies who make third-party mats that are better than the crappy ones that you get in the DDR games don't make them anymore, especially not for PS2 games. Um, some guy on a website was willing to, you know, I think the shipping was about 30 bucks because they're just so, the size and the weight and everything, plus, the additional money I have to pay to actually give it to him. So, I mean, $30 just the shipping. So, in the end, I was probably going to pay 50 bucks. And I know you're thinking, like, 50 bucks for a dance pad, that's ridiculous. You have to understand that these are like, ignition pads, which are actually really expensive. Even when they were selling retail, they were still $100. The fact that the company doesn't actually sell them anymore makes them even more rare. So they still range between 80 to 120 or whatever, depending on where you get them from. Um, when we went to the flea market, we happened to stumble across a boxed one in a box actually, with a brand new mat and a brand new foam. And I asked him, how much would he be willing to give him for me? And he said, make a price. I said 10 bucks. Without hesitating, he said deal. And in my head, I'm like, I just bought a $90 dance pad for 10 bucks. That's insane. And that makes me kind of think. Um, Working in lots of retail stores, or just even going to lots of retail stores, you often see a price tag and you say, "That's the thing that I have to pay for. That's the amount that I'm paying, plus the tax, of course." And it's like when I work at my secondhand store, often people try to ask, like, "Oh, would you be willing to take a discount off?" And I mean, I've been working at those places for so long that when people ask for deals, I often get upset. And I'm like, no. But going to the flea market, I realized how absurd it is to be able to haggle a price. Because I, I, I couldn't do it. I remember I haven't been to a flea market in a very long time. One of my friends, we decided to go to the MIT flea markets. And I watched him haggle a guy from like $200 to 105, 110 on a Wii development kit. I'm watching him. I'm like, dude, just pay him. It's 130. Just pay him. Don't offer him 120. Pay him. Just do it. But you know, being able to offer like that ridiculously low kind of like got my blood pumping, and I'm like, maybe I could do this. In the first in the first flea market I went to, the one for MIT, I was not able to haggle for anything. I just didn't have the drive. I didn't have the know-how to haggle, because I was like, this is $500. I give $20 for it. That's not how it works. You gotta. There is a fair price, and there are some people that are willing to say, if I'm selling this for 182, you know what? I'll do it for 180 or possibly 175. But if you really gotta find that one thing that you really want, or several things for me. Um, I remember when we were walking around, we did see a few things that we were interested in. There were a few things that we just passed on because we thought the price was too high. And I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to say this right now. You guys who sell video games and stuff like that at flea markets, thank you. Thank you so much for selling all these retro stuff, because it's nice to see them. But stop selling all these old sport games. When we go and we find all these Sega Genesis games and all these Super Nintendo N64 and PlayStation 1 games, we don't want to buy Wayne Gretzky 2005. We don't want to buy NBA 2003. We want to get actually good games. Not games that lost their luster. And I mean, like, if a game is more than 5 years old, and I'm talking about if a sport game is more than 5 years old, you should be selling it for a penny, if that. That just got me so upset, man. Like, every time I saw a person selling retro stuff, I'm like, maybe they'll have some kind of JRPG, and then they don't know how rare it is, and I can get it for wicked cheap. No, every game in the entire lot is a sport game. So disappointing, man. Um, Besides that, there were lots of people selling really interesting stuff. I mean, even there was lots of antiques which I can't get into. I don't have the drive to learn. There's so much stuff you have to know about the history and all that stuff. Comics are really fun. Often people sell them for $1 each, $2 each. Um, which I'm kind of like picky and choosy on. Did find a guy who was selling them for 50 cents a pop, and I bought a few from him. Everybody else who was selling it for $1, I wanted to make sure I was enjoying it, because honestly, I can just go to my local comic book shop and get whatever issue I want for $1 or two. So unless I were selling something rare or something I really really want, I'm probably gonna pass up $1 to $2 comics. Um, I was able to find a really cool couple figures, and we found like a nice, I think, pretty large, 12-inch or whatever, Rogue figure. We got that for about $5. Same thing with a Mega Man action figure too. Not classic Mega Man, Mega Man NT Warrior, which I was a pretty big fan of, because I like the whole idea of being able to plug in a character into the internet, being a big internet geek at the time. So I was pretty addicted to those games, and it was really fun, really cool to see that toy. Not to mention that it was actually really big and actually came with all the accessories. So he had the Mega Blaster gun, he had the long sword and the wide sword and all that other stuff. So I think that was a pretty good buy. Hell, I actually considered, like, even if we didn't find anything else except for those dance pads, I think that would have been the prize right there. That would have been worth going all the way there for. Um, I did see a tick number one, which, if you guys notice, um, actually am a big fan of the tick. So it was really cool to see a tick number one, and I was actually told that I can get about 10-15 bucks for it, but the guy was selling it for $10. If anything, I should have bought it and should have kept it for myself, but I was running low on money at the time, and we were planning on going out to a diner. I really wish that that was not one of the last booths that we saw. We went around the entire thing, and on the other side, it was right there. Well, that's what you get. Like I kind of contradicted myself in my last videos, especially in a flea market, unless that there's something really, really rare. Go see what else is out there before, and then just come back. And I was lucky because the guy wanted to offer me like $15 for the Mega Man thing, and I was like, I'll do 5, and he said yes. Funny thing is, he actually didn't know what I was talking about. Um, I asked him, I'll take 5 for the Mega Man doll, for the Mega Man action figure, and he says okay. Then when I picked it up, he goes, "Oh, that's Mega Man. That's not the Mega Man I do." He didn't know that. Ha! That happens, and no, I'm not gonna edit this video because I am 11 minutes into this video, and I'm not redoing it. Um, Actually, I'm gonna use the phone as well. Um, yeah. So another really really interesting thing that's coming up is actually I just got a new job. Um, Basically on the weekends I'll be working at Best Buy, being a Toshiba rep, and I'm trying to get more sales for Toshiba. And here's the thing about that. I think I'm really excited for this opportunity. I have always been a big techie guy. I love helping people. I love giving demonstrations, and I've been, I've been a salesman for like a long time. And even though I was always like one of the best salesmen in a lot of the companies I work for, I wasn't really too fond of the whole making a person take out their money thing. And I see this as a great opportunity to help a customer and not be directly responsible for the sale itself. Um, I'm just I'm really excited about working for it. I mean, I think Toshiba is coming up in the world. Their tablets are getting pretty good, and it's always great to see a company who has. It's great to see a company move up in the world. Asus wasn't really that popular of a company, but when they came out with a few other things, but um, primarily their G series computers and laptops blew them out the water, blew everything else out the water, made them so much popular. Their tablets are amazing now. I love it. Same thing with Samsung and their screens. That's as far as I'm going. I don't like the Galaxy phones. I'm sorry. I've been an HTC guy for as long as I can remember, and quite happy with it. Um, Anyways, when when people say that they're excited about a job, there's always that. I believe that in life, there's always that one job that you're really excited about, and it turns out to be just a total bummer. And I'm really hoping that this is not one of those. Like, I mean, I remember when I always wanted to be a video game tester. Everybody always wanted to be a video game tester. And then there's that one guy who was a video game tester for a while, and he was like, "Oh, you don't want to be a video game tester," and you're like, "Why not?" And he's like, "It's a terrible job, man. All you do is you have to play the video game all the way through, and it's not about having fun. It's about actually completing the game. You have to do it on a schedule. You can't stop to enjoy all the atmosphere and all everything that has to give you. The point is beating the game as soon as you can and writing a review about what's wrong. It takes away some of the magic of the game and all those different things. And same thing with people who work at GameStop. I mean, like, I can tell you this: out of how long is game? I don't know how long GameStop has been in. It has been a common store for. So let's just say 15 years. In 15 years of me going to GameStop, and I mean I don't frequently go to GameStop, I'll admit. So every once in a while. But out of 15 years of me going to GameStop, I can tell you that maybe 6 people have stayed there longer than one visit. Every time I go to a GameStop, it's like they have different customers. It's like when you go bowling and you knock down the pins. And like at the end of it, when it's the next person's turn and they pull the pins in and they put new pins up, I feel like that's what it's like every single time I go to visit a GameStop, where they get rid of the old employees and they put in new employees. And part of it is that a lot of people quit because they say the place is a hellhole, and I can see it that way. I see it as that's where gamers go to die. That's it. Once you go to GameStop, it's like you lose all interest in that kind of field. And if that's mean, I'm sorry. But every single person I talk to that works at GameStop says that it's terrible. They lost all of that. They lost all that magic so quick. I mean, where I work at now, I know a lot of people that like within a week they just see it as a job, and I'm like, you have the opportunity to play with gadgets before most people do. I remember when a guy brought in a Galaxy Note 2, and we nerd drooled all over it the second he brought it in. He wasn't selling it. He was selling his old phone, and we were just getting to play with it. And I think that's so magical, man. How can you say that like this is just a job for you when you do this? You're not even a manager. You don't have to deal with the stressful stuff. You haven't even like been yelled at by by a customer yet. You're a new employee and you already lost it. All I can say, man, is that I really hope that this job works out, and I can't wait to do another Jubbcast video about it. I'm really looking forward to it. Um, Meeting all these new people and stuff. Um, my friend watched a couple of my videos, and he recommended um, doing bullet points about things I'm going to talk about, and I really like the idea, and I'm going to start doing it in my next video, where I might have like a short like little list of things that I'm gonna be talking about, and I think that's totally fair. But can I just say one thing that's totally off topic? New Deadpool is out. Um, First issue came out about a week or two ago, and I just got my hands on the first issue. Being a total Deadpool freak, I'm just so glad that the new story is hilarious. Within the first 5 pages of it, I was laughing my ass off. I love Deadpool. He's one of the few people that can hold my attention in an action setting, but also in a humor setting as well. So to the new writers, to all the people who are writing the new series of Deadpool, congratulations! It's a fantastic series. Um, Also, I saw Wreck-It Ralph. That was dope. That was I did not stop laughing throughout the entire thing. If you have not seen Wreck-It Ralph yet, it's totally worth your time, dude. Um, but that's really all I can think of talking about at the moment. And I'm really glad that you stuck with me to the end of this video, of course. So, yeah, that's it, man. That's all I got, man. Thanks for thanks for watching another Jubbcast, and I hope you look forward to the next one.